Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm bringing you a double nuclear with no perks, no attachments on the MP7, on some slums, hardpoints, and that's pretty much all I really need to say about the gameplay, seeing as I don't have any perks or attachments to explain to you. You can see the kill streaks there, UAV, Lightning Strike, and the VSAT, and keep in mind I don't have any perks or attachments, so I run out of ammo and I do pick up other guns, but I don't have any perks at least. I think the guns do have attachments. I don't know, I'd still classify it as a no perk, no attachment nuclear. Anyways, that's not really that important. Moving on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All I need to say about the gameplay. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. But as far as the topic of today's video, you can see from the title, it's not 100% talking about Call of Duty. I'm gonna also talk about sports a little bit with this topic. Maybe like half and half. I'll talk about both. But it's basically I support teams not because of the team itself, but because of the players that are on the team. And for Call of Duty, I think this is the way it should be. You should support the teams that your favorite players are on. For real life, for like sports, maybe not so much. And so let me break it down to you like this. So for sports, you know, now a lot of people do support the teams that their favorite players go to, and this is kind of the way I do things, but I also support like my local teams, obviously, and that's kind of the difference between like a sports team and a Call of Duty team. You don't have a local Call of Duty team to support. Like, so I live in Texas, so I gotta be a Cowboys fan, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta like the Cowboys if you live in Texas. For the most part, unless you live in Houston, then you can like the Texans, but for the most part, if you live anywhere else in Texas, you're probably a Cowboys fan. And, you know, that's what I kind of mean by local teams. But my favorite player probably in the NFL is Peyton Manning. Like, I used to be like a huge Colts fan, then he went to the Broncos, and I don't know, you guys better have seen that 7 touchdown game, like 470 yards or whatever that he had. Oh my lord, that was insane. If you guys are just unaware on that, go watch the highlights or something. That was pretty crazy. He tied the record. But that's besides the point. Anyways, yeah, so like that's kind of what I mean about football. Like, you know, I was a Colts fan. I'm not really a Colts fan anymore, you know, because Peyton Manning left the team, and now I'm a Broncos fan. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that bandwagoning because I'm just following a player from team to team. Like, I'm sure a lot of people, like a perfect example would be like a lot of people, you know, stopped being Cavaliers fans and started becoming Heat fans when LeBron came to Miami, and I wouldn't really call that a bandwagon type of thing, you know, because they were fans at least before they won the championship. They're there for LeBron, and that's understandable. You know, that's kind of how I like to do it, you know. My favorite players will get #1 priority, you know, say like, alright, so I'll put it like this. So, my favorite player in the NBA is Kobe. So, now I don't really like the Mavericks, to be honest, even though that, you know, that would be like my local team. If I had to pick a Texas team, it would be the Spurs, you know. So, say the Lakers were playing the Spurs, I'd have to go with the Lakers, even though the Spurs are kind of more of a local team. I'd have to go with the Lakers. Like, I'll pick my player that I like more than my like local team, if that makes any sense to you. I don't know, that's just the way I look at sports and stuff. So when I bring this into Call of Duty, you know, a lot of people are fans of teams or whatever, and I don't really understand why you'd be a fan of just a team, because, you know, you don't have any connection to them as far as I can think of. Like you know what I mean? Like, you know, Optic isn't based out of Texas. Like, it's not my local team, like, to where I need to have like a, you know, a connection with them, you know, some sort of affiliation to where I am a fan of them. So that's why when it comes to like Call of Duty, I'm more of a fan of players, and, you know, whatever team the player goes to, then, you know, I'll support that team, and that's what kind of makes it more fun to watch the events if I'm kind of like that, because I don't have like one specific team where I'm like, oh, they need to win. You know, whoever's playing, you know, out of the matchups, I'll obviously like one team more. And, you know, it doesn't matter to me who wins an event, because usually I do like at least one player on every single team. So, you know, whatever team wins, it doesn't really matter to me, because, you know, I like them all. You know, I like specific players from each one. So, I don't know, people were asking me a little bit in yesterday's video, like the comments, who my favorite players were, because I said Parasite was one of my favorite players, and people didn't like that. They didn't like that because they said he's like cocky or whatever. And that's kind of what I like about him. Like, that's why I used to really like Impact a lot. Like, I used to really like, you know, like Farico and when they went on to Impact, and maybe when they went on to Epsilon for like a day. But I like them a lot because of that attitude. I don't know. It's funny. Like, Killa is a funny dude, and, you know, the old Karma, the one that used to teabag everybody, I thought that was hilarious as well. And then, you know, Parasite used to be like the best anchor until Clayster, you know, came around. And you know what? I think if Clayster hadn't gone to Complexity, Parasite still would have been the best anchor. Like, you know, it's just him being on a team of 3 other like such good like players, you know, helps him anchor so well. But I don't know if that makes sense to you. Anyways, so like I thought I'd just give you some of my favorite players. My favorite player. This is kind of hard for me to decide. I'm gonna have to say the old Karma. I don't know. Karma, I don't know if he fell off or he's just not He's not able to put up the same type of performances he can now, or he used to do with Envy now. I don't know what the deal with all that is. You know, or maybe everyone else finally got better and he was just ahead of the game. But the old Karma, they used to just run around and get 30s every game, the occasional 40 here and there, and just teabag bodies. I remember that flag run he had, I think it was against Optic, I'm pretty sure it was against Optic, on Slums, where he had the flag, right, and he went out of like the way of like a normal flag running route to just teabag bodies along the way. Like, he probably took an extra 30 seconds to capture that flag just because he ran around teabagging the bodies. Like, that's just how dominant they were back then. But I don't know, just shit like that, it's hilarious. Like, a lot of people get offended by that type of stuff. I just think it's funny, man. People are just too serious about it. Like, I don't know, like, played a lot of sports growing up. Like, trash talk and stuff like that, like, that just comes with the game. I mean, people who get offended, like, I don't know if they've never, like, played sports or something before. I understand this is an e-sport, but it's a similar concept. And, you know, if you play sports, there's going to be a lot of trash talking. And I don't know, like, I guess these guys, like, they get offended. Have never, like, really been in, like, a competitive environment in real life and, like, you know, in, like, sports or something. So they don't really understand it. They don't like that. But, I mean, you know, that's how sports are. So I don't know. I don't really understand that whole hate that goes along with that. But anyways, so I'd probably have to say Karma's my favorite. I don't know. He kind of fell off though. He needs to step it up at this next event. And then, you know, I like Krim a lot. And as far as that whole complexity, like, I was just showing thing. I don't hate complexity for it or anything. I still think they're an amazing team. I don't know. A lot of people seem to think that I don't like complexity. Krim is probably either tied with Karma for my favorite player or my second favorite. So yeah, don't get that video twisted. It was just simply just showing, you know, what was really going on, and you know, whether or not it made a difference it's not for me to really say. I felt the difference personally. Other pros have said they felt the difference. It could be in all of our heads. It could not be. You know, the only way that we'll really know about that whole thing is if Complexity cannot win another event. There's what, like 3 or 4 more events for Black Ops 2. If they don't win at least one of those, then there might be a little bit of a problem. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm just gonna like go to every team. Like, let me see if I can like pull up. I don't know, like just people that I like, and I'll tell you why I like them. Right? So I like pretty much everyone that was on Impact just because of their attitude. Like, I like how they just didn't give a fuck. Like, it was just, I don't know, I really liked it. And then there's people like, you know, on Optic, I like Scumpy a lot because he kind of has like a similar attitude to Impact. Like, he gets out there and he yells and stuff, but he keeps a little bit more toned down than Impact, obviously, because he has to represent Optic. But, you know, he's the only one on Optic who really, like, gets hype and stuff. I like that. And then, you know, let me think. I like Rambo a lot. Like, I really like watching, like, Rambo's videos and stuff. Like, he's so damn smart. You really learn a lot of stuff from him. And then, let me think. Parasite, of course, I said. And then, I'm trying to think of other teams. Oh, I like Sharp a lot from TK. Sharp's pretty cool. I would honestly like TK a lot more. Nesla would stop using the goddamn shotgun. That shit really just gets annoying. But anyways, I'm trying to think. I don't know. That's just some basic players that I like. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Why don't you leave maybe, you know, who you support, or if you do support a team, maybe why you support that team. So, because I don't really understand that whole team support thing. I think it should be about the players. But, you know, let me know in the comments below, you know, what teams or maybe what players you support and why. Maybe even sports teams, to be honest. Doesn't matter to me. It'd be interesting to see. But anyways, that's it for the video, guys. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another vid. Peace out.